Uh, Hello, are you here to debate?
Hello?
What's up? You here to debate?
Yeah, how you doing?
Chillin'. What's your name, age, and pronouns, please?
Kai, 19, he, him.
All right, Kai, what are you here to debate today?
The previous one, abolish police slash prisons.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, would you restate what would be your, solution if those weren't a thing?
Yeah, the movement to abolish police and prisons is just saying we want to remove the carceral and retributive state of justice that police and prisons currently operate under, because we believe this leads to more harm and less positive outcomes, and replace that with a system of transformative and restorative justice, and basically make it so that the crime rate drops so significantly that we'll need to reshape police and prisons in their entirety and focus them less on the protection of private property and more on the protection and safety of people.
All right, and so if there was a situation like a school shooting, how exactly would that be stopped?
Well, we would focus on the issues that lead to school shootings so that they don't happen as often. But if it was, we would still have a safety force, like an institution focused on people's safety that can go in and protect people who are being shot at, right? But this is going to be different than like police. And in fact,
And
we
so
actually
if you
see
were,
right now, hold on really quickly. We actually see right now that police don't help at school shootings. I have a study of every school shooting since Columbine, and of every school shooting that's happened since Columbine in schools with police present, more children die. The mortality rate is higher in schools that had police. So they're not actually helping anybody in school shootings.
hmm. So now that to stay, looking at it historically, the further you go back in time, the more like institutions like police and stuff like that they didn't have, and we know the crime rates were higher during this time. And so you were to think if we had things such as people go through, I forgot the word, like a mental health institution or something like that. Do you not think it's possible that someone cannot be fixed?
Yeah, if somebody has compulsions to where they can't not want to commit a crime, they would probably stay in that mental health institution for their safety and the safety of the people around them. We wouldn't let them leave.
But if it wasn't like a mental health problem, but more of a someone was selling something illegal and they went to jail, and now they're in a constant cycle of having to sell something illegal
I wouldn't put them in
because they
jail
just
for
don't
selling
want to get a
something.
job.
First and foremost, under this new system, if you don't commit direct violence to another human, you're not going to prison. We wouldn't send you anywhere. We would probably do other methods of repayment to society. So things like house arrest would probably be utilized a lot, right? But you wouldn't go to anywhere if you didn't commit direct harm to another person.
So if someone were to sell a gun to another person, would that not be a big part on them?
No, they didn't. Selling a gun isn't a crime. Or not. Let me rephrase that. Selling a gun,
If
if
you
it was
sold a gun
criminal,
illegally,
hold on. Selling a gun illegally is a victimless crime. You didn't hurt anybody by selling the gun. The person who takes the gun and uses it to hurt somebody would be the person committing the crime with the victim.
right now, if someone were to have given someone a gun illegally, oh wait, oh sorry. Okay, so one sec. And what about in SWAT type situations?
What about them?
Scenarios where it's a lot of chaos happening. How would that get settled?
I don't understand what you're asking. What do you mean? Probably similar to
Like,
how we settle it now.
what the SWAT's a part of the police.
Yeah, wait. When we talk about I've already went over this. When we talk about police, the thing we want to change about police is the fact that police are used as tools of violence for the state to protect private property interest. Right? That's what we want to get changed. We believe that they should only be to protect people. Right? The police should only exist to protect people. So if we're putting them in a position that's protecting people, that's fine. The issue would be the protection of private property over people. But like right
So what do
now,
you
the
mean?
police are under no legal obligation to protect anybody. It's not their
What do
job.
you mean private property?
Private property would be anything used in the production of goods and services.
Oh, like robberies and stuff like that.
Robert, most people would rob private property interest. Yeah, like think about it this way: police have just straight up shot people because they've stolen from Walmart. I don't think anybody should be killed because they stole from a Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I like totally disagree with you or anything like that. I would say I would fall more on the fence of totally changing the way police work rather than having a situation where you took them away and then said, like, I don't really think the idea of helping people for some people is really a thing.
The
So
problem
that's
is
like really why.
if we adjust the way the police are so much, they won't be police anymore. Right? That's the whole thing. Is they just like they just like functionally won't be police anymore. They'll be something else. If you want to call them police because you don't know anything else to call them, that's fine. But they won't serve the same purpose that police currently serve.
I mean, I'd say if we had a situation just of like creating body cams to be a lot better what they are, they're always active. We know body cams are something that has helped countless situations, and so
We had body cam
adding more
footage
things like that.
of police unaliving Breonna Taylor, and they still didn't get in trouble for it. Body cams
I
don't
say that's
matter.
selective case. I mean, how many cases have it helped rather than had been a
Sure,
situation
I
like
don't
that though?
disagree that like having body cameras is better than nothing, right? If I give you a plate full of shit and I take 25% of the shit off the plate, right? It's you now have to eat less shit, but you're still eating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they help, but like there is still shit on the plate.
But in the context of a body cam, I mean, to say it's like shit. I mean, I would say body cams were like a crazy piece of technology to introduce to police officers, and so for it to be a small percentage of things that happen, even while they're still present, even though they help way more,
Body cameras
even
don't
when it comes
stop
to putting
police from
people in
killing
crime.
people, right? Body cameras don't stop police from targeting minority groups. Body cameras
So
don't stop
are you gonna
police from like
are you gonna say that the chances of the what a police officer with a body cam, right? Their chances would be the same killing someone than if they didn't have it. I find that to be like easily untrue.
what are you talking
I
about?
think a body camera, a police having a body cam on them would decrease the chances of them doing anything to someone else than a police officer without one.
Wait, but again,
Just
okay.
logically.
So again, the analogy I made here is the police are the shit on the plate. Body cameras make police a little better, and a way I can make the shit on the plate a little better is getting rid of some of it, but the shit is still on the plate. Right? Body cameras don't change the fact that police aren't legally obligated to protect you as a person. They don't change the fact that police are going to protect private property over you. It doesn't change the fact that police exist in a system in which utilizes retributive justice to harm people. Like, body cameras don't change any of this. They make it a little better, but they don't change it. I don't want to put a band-aid over the issue. I want to fix the issue at the systemic level so that it stops happening.
I I mean, I just don't. I just think police would be the way. I don't really see the mental health stuff being a thing. I think for the vast majority of people doing crimes, those people are too far gone if they're able to get themselves to the point of
I
doing the
disagree.
crime.
It's estimated only like 5% of people who commit any crime have any sort of sociopathy or like compulsion to commit the crime. So no, the vast majority of
No,
people
I
can
mean
be
just like where you grow up at. Like, what are the chances of someone growing up in the hood robbing someone versus someone growing up in the suburbs, even though they're not, they don't have anything mentally going wrong. It's just if you have someone in that circumstances who then turns into that person, I don't think there's really a thing of changing them by mental health and talking to them. I think that is just
what? The vast majority of people who commit crimes can be rehabilitated. The vast majority. Plain like full
yeah.
stop. Full stop.
But still, when it comes to the idea of someone doing a crime, if someone were to go out and do a crime, I think they should be in prison rather than having this idea that we should just talk to these people and
Do
they
you
be
think anybody that commits a crime should be in prison?
anyone who commits a crime should be in prison?
Do you believe this?
Of course.
Okay, so
I mean, I
a
could
mother
say,
who steals baby food to feed her baby. She steals baby food from Walmart. She should be in prison.
I mean, I could say you could have for extreme crimes like murder, rape, stealing at really high degree, stuff like that. I think I'm talking more in that type of situation. Things like that, it's like I understand and I wouldn't be in that position of saying it's wrong, but I just think for high level crimes, the idea of talking to these people and them changing, that's not like really a thing. I think prison time and
Do you
making
know
them
what
reflect on it.
recidivism is?
No.
Okay, recidivism is the likelihood that somebody's going to commit a crime again when they get out of prison. Do you know what the recidivism is in the United States right now?
I think like 80%.
Yeah. So putting them in prison just makes them continue to commit crimes. Do you know what recidivism is in a place like Norway where they rehabilitate people instead?
What is it?
Let me pull up the exact number. 20%. So yeah, no, rehabilitation works and it works better than what
I
we
mean,
do.
that wouldn't be taken into account though the amount of people doing crimes though.
Yes, it would.
Norway is not as much of a crime-ridden
Yes, it
place
would because this
as
is per
the
capita.
U.S.
This is per capita. So yes, it takes into account all of that. This is per capita. These are per capita numbers. So yes, they do. That's how per capita works.
All right, and so I'll just ask you, like, for example, someone goes out and kills someone.
Mm-hmm.
How would, in your world, how would like the government respond to that?
They would put them into a long-term rehabilitation center, and then we would rehabilitate them, and then it would be up to a panel of like socialists, or social workers, therapists, counselors, people in the community, as well as the people that were victims of the crime, to determine whether or not this person is ready to be integrated into society. And when we look at victims, they actually prefer this. There's a victim study that we look at. It's the Crime Victim Speak study, and 61% of victims of violent crimes would prefer that their perpetrators get rehabilitative care than receive long-term prison sentences. That's just like what because most people recognize this is what's going to stop the violence, not just throwing them in jail.
All right, so I have to agree with you then.
Dope. Sick.
All right.
Welcome to the abolitionist world.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night. I'm gonna follow you.